Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah Batchelor. I'm a teacher in the province of Alberta, and I want to talk to you very briefly, hopefully for 5 minutes or less, about classroom complexity. Now, the politicians will tell you that classrooms have always been complex. I myself will tell you that. They have been. I've been teaching for 25 years, and teaching is a complex job because everybody in your room has their own individual needs. Now, when we went to school back in the day, we had the children with special needs segregated from the mainstream population. And so that complexity wasn't a part of teaching, right? If you taught special education, you taught special education. It's not like that anymore because we have full inclusion, which we should have, right? It's very important, but with support, right? And over the years, that support has changed. When they transferred the kids from their own classrooms into the mainstream population, they didn't bring the supports with them, right? And we've seen a decline in the number of EAs, and there's so many things that have disappeared from education that we rely on and that we desperately need to be able to teach in a complex environment where the variety of needs doesn't fit within a window like this anymore, but fits in a window like this, or maybe it wouldn't even fit on my phone. So, for example, when I taught English a few years back, I had a grade 11 class, and within that class, I had a reading level of kids who were as low as grade 2 and kids who were ready for university, all in the same room. And that's a little bit crazy, but it's, if that's the only complexity I'm dealing with, okay, I can figure that out. That means I have to provide just assignments in different levels with the same learning outcomes. We can do this. But then you add that to that, kids with undiagnosed disabilities, my students who don't speak English, my children who are nonverbal, the multiple kids on behavior plans, and they're all in the same room. And sometimes I don't have an EA, sometimes I do. Most times I don't. So if I have 36 kids in a class, I may have as many as 12 or 13 kids on IPPs. What's an IPP? Well, it's an individual program plan. It's a legally binding document that says these are the supports this child should be receiving, and it's my job to make sure they're receiving them and assess that as we go. Special education coordinators, when I started 25 years ago, they wrote those documents for me. They came and met with me. They showed me how to implement them. They supported me while I assessed them, and they did the paperwork. That doesn't happen anymore. It's one of the many things that's been taken away from education is the role change. They're just trying to keep us from drowning at this point, right? They're busy putting out fires all day with our special education kids. They don't have time to write any of that. So now it's our job, right? Our highest achieving kids in our classrooms, they're going to be fine. I'm sorry. The kids who struggle the most, they're going to be fine, probably because they're getting the majority of our attention. The kids I worry about are the kids in the middle. Right? The kids who are independent enough at learning, but could use some support and definitely deserve more attention and a better education. But because I'm dealing with nonverbal kids and I'm dealing with kids who don't speak English, and because I'm dealing with behaviors of kids who would rather be sassholes than admit they're struggling and want to ask for help, because heaven forbid, right, that you admit, oh my gosh, this is hard. I don't get to the middle kids. There are days when I think in my head, who did I actually talk to in my class today? And I'm a music teacher, so I teach 20 different classes every 2 days. My workload is kind of insane. But when I think back, okay, in this class of 36 kids, how many of them did I actually make eye contact with? And I'll tell you, it's less than half. And that hurts my heart because I really want to make connection with every one of my students. Honestly, relationship is the best tool for teaching because if you have that relationship and that trust, those kids will work really hard for you and they'll take the risks they need to take to learn because education is all about, being brave enough to suck at something new. And if you don't trust your teacher, you don't trust the environment, right? You're not going to take those risks. So my kids in the middle who maybe I could push to greatness who are just good, or the kids who are kind of at the bottom end who I could push up till they're, I feel like I'm, kind of in the middle of the pack now. I don't have enough time to deal with those kids. I don't have enough time to plan for those kids. And so I don't get to them. And I'm sad about that. So our classrooms aren't more complex because we have more kids and class size, although that does contribute. Our classrooms are more complex because we have more needs without supports to meet them, right? So in advocating for teachers this summer, I know it's summer and I'm hoping you're enjoying all your time home with your little darlings. I know, actually, I am enjoying them at soccer practice. But I hope that you will write your MLAs. I hope you will be loud on social media. And as we make decisions about whether to actually go on strike or not, I hope you'll support us because we have your back, because we have your kids' back. We want what's best for them. That's why we're at the point we are. right? So please make it loud to the UCP that they need to do better. They need to do better for your kids, right? We deserve it as teachers as well. We deserve the support, but honestly, it's about the kids. So make sure the government understands that. Thank you.